Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. Today guys, I'll be checking out this interesting video from Ben Shapiro, and it's titled Kamala Harris is Panicking. You guys, I'm excited for this, and without much ado, let's see what Ben Shapiro has for us in this video.
Panic is beginning to set in over at Kamala headquarters, and there's a reason for that. There's some brand new polling from Quinnipiac yesterday, and it shows that Kamala Harris is dropping like a stone in some of the swing states. In Michigan, the last poll they had, September 16th, had her up 5. Today, Donald Trump in that same poll is up 3 points. That is an 8-point swing in favor of Donald Trump. Wisconsin, the last poll had Harris +1. Today, Trump +2, 48-46. Pennsylvania, last poll, Harris was +6. Today, she is up only 3. Wow. So even Pennsylvania, where she's spending tons of money, according to Quinnipiac, she's dropping like a stone. And this is predictable because the reality is that Kamala Harris was always a balloon. And once you poked the balloon, the air was going to start coming out. The air has been coming out of that balloon really quickly at this point. Mark Halperin, who's an excellent reporter and pollster, he points out she could lose all 7 swing states pretty easily.
Here's how I framed it this morning in my newsletter. The conversation I'm having with Trump people and Democrats with data are extremely bullish on Trump's chances in the last 48 hours. Extremely bullish. You think of the 7 battleground states. Which ones is Harris in danger of losing? I would say Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, North Carolina, and Georgia. I'm not saying she'll lose all 6, but she's in danger. The only one that the Democrats say she's not in danger of losing is the one I never say the name of because I can't pronounce it. But it's where Las Vegas is, right? You guys agree with me? She could lose any of those 6. Right? I mean, she could lose all 7, but Democrats will tell you they're worried about those 6. They're less worried about the 7th.
Okay, well, that is bad news for her, quite obviously. One of the things that's happening here is that it is quite possible that actually Trump's vote is being underpolled. The reason for that is because it is extremely difficult to get low and mid propensity voters to answer poll questions. So when a pollster calls somebody up, if you're a person who's like definitely going to vote, you want to talk to the pollster, you want to show your support for the candidate. But let's say that you're somebody who sometimes votes, sometimes doesn't. Maybe you voted in 2016, but you didn't in 2020, or you voted in 2020, but not in 2012. Well, you're a low or mid propensity voter. And those voters don't like to answer poll questions. If you get one of those people on the phone, you're a pollster, that person's going to be like, dude, I'm busy. I don't even care that much. Here's the thing. Donald Trump is leading among low propensity voters and mid propensity voters 52-45. Kamala Harris is leading among high propensity voters 51-47. What does that mean? Well, normally that's a pretty good bet for Kamala Harris because obviously you'd rather have high propensity voters, people who vote all the time, rather than low propensity voters. The problem is that in the polling data, it is difficult to even tell who is voting for Trump and who is not because they're not responding to phone calls. That's an actual real problem that people have been trying to model out, and they're having a real problem modeling it out.
You guys, what are your thoughts on this video? I really wish that Kamala Harris begins to lose on these other swing states and Donald Trump begins to gain more vote, because at this point in time, people are seeing behind the veil. People's eyes are beginning to open to see that the Democrat is not going to take America to the next level, and hence they are no longer voting for Kamala Harris. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I still know that a lot of people are still ride and die for Kamala Harris or the Democrat Party, and no matter what you say, they will still cast their vote for the Democrat. But let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is going to actually win this election? I'm rooting for Donald Trump so much, and I believe you guys are also rooting for him. And let's continue watching, you guys.
This has been a campaign that was described by multiple Democrats, allies, aides, to the vice president as a good vibes campaign. But what's also creeping in now is that anxiety. The reason for that is because these polls are not really moving. Despite multiple battleground blitzes, despite the opportunities she has had across media outlets, there is still not a lot of movement from voters who are moving more towards her versus former President Donald Trump. In fact, I had one source describe it to me this way, quote, people are nervous. They know the polls are tight. And a lot of us are having these flashbacks to 2016, too. We know when it can go the wrong way and it can still feel fresh. So 2016 is the key here.
Okay, and if you compare what's happening now to 2016, Donald Trump is in a better poll position than he has been at any point in any race he has ever run. And it's just the reality. I'm looking at the Michigan statistics right now. Right now, Donald Trump is up in the Real Clear Politics polling average about half a point. In the last 3 polls, he has a lead, including the Quinnipiac poll, where he has a 3 to 4 point lead. Okay, now, compare that to 2016. At this point in time, in 2016, Hillary Clinton had a 7.3 percentage point lead on Donald Trump in Michigan. In 2020, Joe Biden had a 6.7% lead on Donald Trump in Michigan. Donald Trump only ended up losing the state in 2020 by about 2.7%. In 2016, of course, he won the state. And the same thing is happening in the rest of the swing states as well. Take a look, for example, at Wisconsin. Right now, Harris is leading, according to the Real Clear Politics polling average, by about half a point. Okay, but in October of 2020, Joe Biden was leading by 5.5 points. Okay, and if you look at what she was doing, Hillary Clinton in 2016 was leading by 6.3 points. In 2016, Trump won the state. In 2020, Biden won the state by 0.63 percentage points. So that is a gap of like 5% from what people thought was going to happen by polling data this state in 2020 and what actually ended up happening in 2020. The same thing is happening in Pennsylvania. According to the latest Pennsylvania polling for Real Clear Politics, Trump is up by 0.2 percentage points. In 2016, Hillary Clinton was leading by 9 at this point. In October of 2020, Joe Biden was leading by 7 at this point. The final results in Pennsylvania, by the way, is that Joe Biden won by 1.1 points. So if you're looking at these polling stats, what you are figuring right now is that Donald Trump is in a pretty solid position if he is getting underpolled at all. And again, virtually every poll ever taken about Trump underpolls his supporters. Now, people say that 2022 is an exception to the rule. In 2022, it appeared that Republicans were going to do better, and then they did worse. Was Trump on the ballot in 2022? He was not. When Trump is on the ballot, a bunch of people who don't normally vote or respond to pollsters show up. Now, are pollsters trying to gauge for that? Maybe, but we really have no idea at this point. What we can tell is that we just have a lot of blinking warning signs, a lot of lights going off for Kamala Harris. According to the Washington Post, the steep decline in voting in Wisconsin by one of the most loyal Democratic constituencies in recent elections, black voters, presents a challenge to Vice President Kamala Harris, who needs to maximize turnout among black voters to win this essential swing state. Joe Biden carried the state in 2020 by about 20,000 votes, less than 1 percentage point. In 2012, with Barack Obama on the ballot, 78.5% of the state's black voting age population went to the polls. That rate plummeted in 2016, when 46.8% of the state's black voting age residents cast a ballot, and that then fell again to 43.5% in 2020. Meanwhile, between 2012 and 2020, white Wisconsin voter turnout slightly increased from 75% to 77%, and Hispanic turnout leaped from 44% to nearly 60%. Now, do you think that Kamala Harris is going to get 79% black turnout in 2024, like Barack Obama did in 2012? Do you get any sense that the black community is as excited about Kamala Harris as they were about Barack Obama in 2012? No way. No way. So here's where she's lagging. She's lagging among minority voters. Everyone can see this from every poll. She's lagging among black voters. She's lagging among Hispanic voters. She's overperforming with single white women. She's overperforming just a little bit with seniors. With white men, blue-collar, non-college educated white men, she's really underperforming. And she's going to underperform with men generally. So she's got a huge problem on her hands.
Wow, you guys, what are your thoughts on this video? I'm happy that Kamala Harris is underperforming with the black and Hispanic voters. Let me know what you guys think about this video, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.